Well, getting set for our next class, $62,500 Hermès 5-star. Two-round competition, top 12 to return for round two. And designed by Gregory Bordeaux of France. Delighted to have the Olympic course designer with us again. And we look at 44 going in round one of competition. It'll whittle down to 12. 12 that will go in reverse order in the second round. And also, it is just 12. So if we do get clears beyond the 12, we still go with the 12. And should they have faults in that group as well, they would carry those through to round two. Underway in a few moments' time. Time allowed of 72 seconds in the first round here, Pete. Just a few moments away from our start of our final five-star class of the week.
Thanks, Stephen. And since 1837, Hermès remained faithful to its artisan model and its humanist values of freedom to create, the spirit of innovation, a constant search for beautiful materials, and the transmission of savoir-faire of excellence. The Hermès, a house of objects created to last. They are the season-long series sponsors, and our five-star ahead of us at the 10 o'clock hour. And again, as mentioned, we have it as scratch 43 on the starting list now. First is on approach and about to get underway with 43 starters reviewing the $62,500 Hermès 5-star meter 50 Classic. And getting us underway now, the Grand Prix winner, fresh on the heels of victory last evening as a rider. Here is Richard Vogel for Germany, and Michael Jackson W. is now here today, a 9-year-old Dutch warm blood gelding. 72 seconds for the time allowed in the opening round. Top 12 will come back.
Very good start from last night's big winner, Richie Fogel, and this time with Michael Jackson W6650. Remember, they go in reverse order, so he's also aiming for that pole position in round 2 and looking for a second win. Richie Fogel in this MS class gets off to a great start, 6650 and clear.
Second in our lineup of 43 starters representing Brazil here this morning. This is Rodrigo Pessoa. The Zangerside mare, a 12-year-old Dalita, is owned by the Artemis Equestrian Farm of West Palm Beach.
Final fence, 16 in all. It's 70.70, 16 for Rodrigo Pessoa and Dalita.
For the USA, here is Ansgar Holgers Jr., and he is partnered with the 12-year-old Zangerside gelding Nabucco Z. For Goodine House, the owner is based here in Wellington.
Twelve jumping, 1 for time, total of 13 overall, 72-1. Francois Holgers Jr. and Nabucco Z.
Fourth in our lineup for Ireland, here is Cian O'Connor. His mount today, a 12-year-old Hanoverian mare, Canbella Blue PS. Portion of the ownership of Pat Crean of Batterstown, County Meath, Ireland.
2 for time, 73.20, and second best scores so far, Keane O'Connor and Canberra Blue PS finishes on 2 at 73.20. Richie Vogel setting the pace so far with Michael Jackson W at 66.50, but top 12 to return.
Next over the meter 50 track this morning for the USA, Carly Anthony handling a ride aboard the 12-year-old Irish sport horse mare, Valentine Shalom. Tone sounding for our next combo, Valentine Shalom, owned by Lon Furter from Royal Palm Beach.
Just on one time, 72.78, just one. Second best scores so far, Carly Anthony and Valentine Shalom.
Here for Coolmore Show Jumping at Tipperary, Ireland. The Irish rider Max Watchman will handle the ride with the Zangerside Stallion, the 11-year-olds, Canham JAZ.
'16 jumping one time, total of 17 at 72.18 for Max Watchman this time. The Coolmore Show Jumping's Canham JAZ.
Top 12 will eventually return for our Meter 50 Classics second round here in our format today. And the second of our three events offered here on Super Sunday in the International Arena, looking towards a two-star Grand Prix on the afternoon program. Remain in the country of Ireland, Simon McCarthy under the bridge, and his mount, the Cedar Fox-owned Leonardo S., the 10-year-old Dutch warm-blood gelding from Cedar Fox, Woodside, California.
2 times, 73.88. It is just 2 for time there for Simon McCarthy and Leonardo S. for the Irishman. Is the fourth best so far. 3 combinations on time faults and just the 1-0 score so far of our top 12 to return. Rishi Vogel leading that list so far with Michael Jackson W.
2 weeks back, our combination entering the arena earned a victory in our Meter 50 Classic Series, sponsored by Hermès. Canadian rider Aaron Ballard partnered with Chatadel PS, Oldenburg Stallion, a 9-year-old owned by Elon Furter of Royal Palm Beach.
Just deciding to retire there for Aaron Ballard of Canada and Chatadel PS.
Second horse under the ownership of Coolmore Show Jumping, based out of Tipperary, Ireland. And we have Tom Watchman handling the ride up on Pegasus, appearing now with a 9-year-old Hanoverian gelding.
Age jumping 3 time, finishing on a total of 11. It is 74.37 to Tom Watchman and Pegasus 5th best so far.
Here's the 11-year-old Westphalian gelding Lalou 5, the rider McLean Ward out of Brewster, New York, the co-winner along with Susan Heller.
Just on the 4, it's the fifth best score so far, 71.52. McLean Ward just on 4 with Le Louvre 5.
Viewing the first round of the Hermès 5-star meter 50 Classic here for Belgium. The rider, Nicolas Philippard, is the owner rider up on the Belgian warm blood mare, the 10-year-old. This is H&M Kesera.
Just on 4, a fast round at 67.55. It is fifth best so far. Is 4 for Nicolas Philippard and Kesera for the rider for Belgium.
Here's a combination of Brian Cornan and Castlefield Dream for the Glen Bay Farm out of Wellington, Florida, up on the 15-year-old Holsteiner Gelding.
Age jumping 3-time, finishing on 11 there at 74.59. It's 11 there for Brian Canan and Castlefield Dream.
Representing Israel in our lineup for the Meter 50 Classic, we introduce Daniel Blumen, showing the horse owned by Abigail Wexler in New Albany, Ohio, piloting Hummer Z, 12-year-old Zangerzide Gelding.
Just on 4 and into 6th place so far, top 12 to return. 68.66 would carry the 4 in round 2. Daniel Blumen and Hummers there. Just the one produced the perfect score so far. Rishi Vogel and Michael Jackson W on the clear 66.5.
On the way into our international arena, opening round action of our meter 50. Here is the second ride for Brazil's Rodrigo Pessoa, riding for the Artemis Equestrian Farm out of West Palm Beach. Corey 9 will be his second mount, 11-year-old Westphalian mare.
And retiring there for Rodrigo Pessoa and Corey 9.
Here's the second ride for Ansgar Holders Jr., riding the good Einhaus-owned Cantibes. This is a 11-year-old Dutch warm-blood mare showing next here in our lineup. First round action continues by our Hermès, meter 50.
Raises the hand, deciding to retire there, Francois Hodges Jr. and Contib.
Under the bridge and international arena for round number 1, representing Egypt in our lineup. Here's Niall Nassar and ESI Ali for the Evergate Stables of Wellington. Rider for Egypt teamed up with the 11-year-old Irish Sport Horse Gelding.
Two times 73-38, two-time there for Naya Nasa and ESA Ali. So they go on to two as well. Three combinations on two so far. Keane O'Connor, Naya Nasa there with ESA Ali, Sam McCarthy. Remember 12 to return, just one with a clean sheet so far. It's Rishi Vogel and Michael Jackson W.
Just a week ago, the British rider on the way in, Ben Mayer, captured the win aboard Ginger Blue in our Hermès Meter 50 series. His mount here today is Corlander, owned by Charlotte Rossiter and Pamela Wright, the Oldenburg Stallion, up on a 10-year-old.
Final fence just dropping. It is 4 jumping and 2 for time. Total of 6 there, 73-32 for Britain's Ben Mayer and Corlander.
Mallorca and Stella Wasserman will be next to go in the first round. The 11-year-old Hanoverian mare is owner ridden by Stella Wasserman out of Los Angeles.
Age having one time, finishing on 9 at 72.039 there for Stella Wasserman and Mallorca.
Canadian rider Mary Delorier is up on the 10-year-old Celle-Francais stallion, Neil de Benneville, owned by Luja from New York.
Finishing on a total of 8 at 71.28, 8 there for Mario Delorier and Geniel de Benneville for the Canadian, and so into 10th at the moment, 12 to return.
Sunday morning in our Fidelity Investments Week 5 continues, and our next rider, Lauren Murphy from here in Wellington, is the owner of the rider up on the Belgian Warm Blood mare. This is the 10-year-old Kinaki van den Del.
Jumping two time, finish on a total of 14 at 73.32, 14 there for Lauren Murphy and Kinaki van den Daal.
We turn to the country of Ireland, and here Jordan Coyle handling the ride for the Elon Farm in Newark, New Jersey. His meter 50 mount today is a 15-year-old Swedish warm blood gelding, a Rousseau, for Ireland.
Deciding to retire there for Jordan Coyle and Risso.
Take us up to our halfway break, our midway drag break, as we introduce our next rider, Marilyn Little. Heidi van Imhoff is the ride for game day at West Palm Beach. All clear for takeoff. Heidi van Imhoff, the 11-year-old Holsteiner mare with Marilyn Little. We'll take a short break following their round on course.
Well, 12 showing plus time there as well, 87.62 for Marilyn Little and Heidi von Imhoff. One clear so far, but 12 to return. At the moment in 12th place is Tom Watchman at this point with Pegasus. Halfway stage of this Hermès 1.50 Classic $62,500 class.
Kubota tractors on the exit. We resume action here in the first round of our Hermès Meter 50 Classic. 20 that remain. So far, it takes 11 or better to get into our second round. Top 12 will return. Jessica Springsteen will get us back underway with Rockstar for the Stonehill Farm of Los Angeles. Appearing now with the 9-year-old Belgian warm blood gelding.
For jumping to time, finishing on a total of 6 at 73.14.6 for Jessica Springsteen and Rockstar.
Out of the country of Germany, represented by Rennie Dittmer. His mount today, Cody 139, the 11-year-old Holsteiner gelding that is owned and ridden by the competitor for Germany, based here in Wellington.
Clear it is, second of the clears there, Rennie Dittmer and Cody going clear. So 2 clear out of the 12 to return. 12th place at the moment is 8 faults with Mario Delorier. Those lower than that as part of round 2 as well. At this stage, they would also be carrying those scores. Just touching into our second half of this MS Classic.
Michael Duffy for Ireland will be appearing next in our opening round, showing the 10-year-old Zangerzai gelding, Mr. Curly Z, owned by the G Sport Horses Limited Partnership, Minnetonka, Minnesota.
Just on time, 2 for time, 73.35. Fifth best so far, Michael Duffy and Mr. Quirly Z for Islands.
So our 12th place cutoff, Ben Mayer on the hot seat right now with 6 faults for the slower of our 2 6-faulters. And we move on now to the country of Australia here at Tysa Irwin for the owner Michael Smith of Middleburg, Virginia, teamed up with Coberlina TN, 11-year-old Dutch warm blood mare.
Four jumping 3-time, finishing on a total of 7 at 74.36 for Tysa Irwin of Australia and Coberlina TN, and just outside our top 12, 13th at the moment.
Representing Great Britain in our lineup, Jake Ward will handle the ride. He is the owner rider up on Dory 66, teamed up with the Rhinelander mare up on an 11-year-old.
Four jumping 2-time, finishing on 6th, 13th spot for Jake Ward now, and Dory 66 at 73.85.
Just outside that top 12, the second ride for Brian Cornan will be appearing in our ring. The 10-year-old Zangers Eye gelding Arctic JTZ, also owned by the Glen Bay Farm of Wellington.
For jumping one time, finish on a total of 5. It's 72.505 there for Brian Canan and Arctic JTZ.
We continue on with our opening round of the Hermès Meter 50 Classic, and our next rider showing for Ireland, Simon McCarthy, up on the Belgian warm blood gelding, the 10-year-old Courtier Van de Bejenacke, owned by Sarah Campbell from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Final fence just dropping. It is 4 jumping 5 for time as well. Total of 9 there for Ireland, Simon McCarthy and Courtier Van de Bejenacke at 76.94. 2 clears so far, 12 to return. 12th spot at the moment is Jessica Springsteen on 73.14, so a total of 6 for her at this stage.
Charlotte Jacobs and Instrumental will be next over our first round course. The 11-year-old Swedish warm blood mare is under the ownership of North Star, based out of East Aurora, New York.
Finishing on a total of 8 at 70.35. It's 8 there for Charlotte Jacobs and Instrumental, 16th spot.
Here for Great Britain, Samuel Hutton will handle the ride with Call Me Baby Boy Sunbeam for the AS Farms USA Incorporated, showing the 10-year-old Belgian sport horse gelding for our first round.
Final fence just dropping, and it is just 4 into 10th place there at 69.24. 1 down for Sam Hutton and Call Me Baby Boy Sunbeam.
So 5, it takes better than 5 right now to move into our top 12 here in the Hermès Classic. Already a winner this week in our 5-star division, Nicolette Hertz, the Chatwood Farm sending in shot 2-7. Bondi is 17-year-old Oldenburg gelding.
Twelve jumping 4 time. It's a total of 16 there. Nicolette Hurd at 75.08 with Chatu 7.
10 more to go here in the opening round, and 5 faults gets them into our top 12 at the stage. 5 or better. And we have our next rider on course will be cleared here in just a moment for takeoff. Tom Watchman for Ireland up on his second ride. This is Genghis Khan, owned by Coolmore Show Jumpings from Tipperary, Ireland. Teamed up with a 10-year-old Celle Francais French gelding.
Just the one time for Tom Watchman, 72.02 with Genghis Khan. Puts them on one time. Third in position so far. Two pairings on one time for Tom Watchman and Carly Anthony at this stage. Top 12 at this point in 12th spot is McLean Ward on the 4 with Le Louvre at 71.52.
9 more to go in our opening round. The second ride for Belgian rider Nicola Philippart is aboard Cornetagos PS, 10-year-old Oldenburg gelding, owned by Team Philippart and Family Lens.
Total of 869, 47.8 there for Nicola Philipparts and Cornetagos PS for the rider for Belgium.
Representing Brazil in our lineup here today, Gabriel D'Amatos Machado is showing the 10-year-old Belgian warm blood gelding. This is Cutter Vendôme Pastorie, owned by the Bay Winds Equestrian from here in Wellington.
Eight showing one time, finishing on a total of 9 there for 72.54 for Gabriel D'Amatos Machado and Qatar for Brazil, finishing on 9. 22nd position so far. Top 12 remains unchanged at this point with McLean Ward in 12th.
Second rider in a row now in our lineup for Brazil as we acquaint you with Eduardo Menezes, owner of the rider up on Messi's Whiz Kid PS, piloting an 11-year-old Oldenburg gelding for the initial phase.
Just on the 4, and in fact goes into 12th place right now. 12 to return. 70.66 would carry the 4. Eduardo de Menezes and Messi's Wizkid PS for Brazil.
Second ride for Stella Wasserman from Los Angeles, California, the owner rider. She is now appearing with a 14-year-old Swedish warm blood gelding. Her second ride, play.
Just on 4 and takes on the 12th place now, so goes into the top dozen to come back. It is 4 at 70.16 for Stella Wasserman and play.
Second ride for Canadian Erin Ballard, joining us for the owner Alon Furter of Royal Palm Beach, and her second appearance here today aboard a 15-year-old Zangerzide Stallion, DeFleur 111Z Santa Rosa.
Going clear, third best so far, Erin Ballard and DeFleur the Z Santa Rosa for Canada at 70.45. And one of 3 0 scores of our 12 to return. Now into 12th place is Sam Hutton of Great Britain on 4.
4 to go in the opening round, and here for Israel is second ride for Daniel Blumen, based out of Davie, and his mount is Reveline du Quackenbeek. Up on the Belgian warm blood mare, he's showing a 9-year-old for our Hermès Classic.
Going clear as well. So adding to our list now, the fourth of the clears there for Daniel Blumen, and the Rebel Line, De Kwakenbiki goes as the fourth best. And so fourth from last to return in round 2 so far. Richie Vogel with the best score will come back in pole position of the top 12 on 66.5 with Michael Jackson.
Down to our final 3 in the opening round. Here for Colombia, we introduce Mark Blumen. Felina du Septon is the mount, owned by Mare Delorier Incorporated of New York. This is an 11-year-old Belgian warm blood mare. First to 3 left.
Just on the 4 and into 11th place, so just inside our top dozen at 67.51. 4 for Mark Blumen and Felina du Septon for Colombia, just in the top 12 so far.
Second ride for Ireland's Jordan Coyle, representing the first half of our remaining 2. He's aboard a winning horse this week in our 5-star division, King Canaan B&GP, owned by the Elon Farm in Newark, New Jersey, showing the 11-year-old Dutch warm blood gelding. First half for the remaining 2.
And retiring there for Jordan Coyle and King Canaan GP. So it is just 1 left to go, 12 to return, 12th spot at the moment. Nicola Philipparts on the 4 faults at 67.55 and 4 combinations on the 0 score.
Also on our leaderboard here, we had 2 with 1, 2, or actually 4 with 2. And as Stephen mentioned, we have our 2 fastest 4s sitting in the 11th and 12th position now for second round participation. We have 1 more to go. Standing by here for our final competitor in the opening round. 1 to go. Trotting in now, second ride for Nile Nassar for Egypt. The Evergate stable sending in the Belgian warm blood gelding by the 18-year-old Igor van de Wittemore.
Finish on 4:70 seconds exactly. It is 15th spot for Ronald Nasser and Igor van de Wittemore for the rider for Egypt. So 12 to return for round 2 as we ready for that now. Second round of the MS Classic. Top 12 sees Nicola Philipparts going first. Got 2 riders starting on 4 and then 4 riders on a score of 2. 2 on 1, if that makes sense. And then 4 remaining on the 0 score. They are Nicola Philipparts, Mark Blumen, Simon McCarthy, Niall Nasser, Michael Duffy, Cian O'Connor, the 2 on just the 1. They'll bring forward Carly Anstey and Tom Watchman, and 4 on a 0 score. Daniel Blumen, Erin Ballard, Rennie Dittmer, and last to go was the man who started off the class, last night's Grand Prix winner, Richie Vogel and Michael Jackson.
Final preparations for our second round for the Hermès Meter 50 Classic. Coming back in reverse order, those with faults will carry the faults into our timed round coming up. And here is Stephen Wild to take you around the shorter track for round number 2.
Yes, starting off as the Hermès fence at number 3 is going to be the first on course there, heading down the arena in the familiar orange and white colours, and of course the MSH as well. To the Renaissance fence in the their beige and black in 2. Rollback to fence 5 to the Foxes over the water tray, the orange colours. 6 A and B, they go left turn to the double there, and from there on it is to the blue and white at fence 2, as was in the first round, and taking them near the in-gate to fence 1 to the Fidelity fence as the next on course. Down the arena next to fence 15. This is what was fence 7. And now vertically in the jump off is the Griffiths residential fence, and onto the WeatherTech fence now at fence 16 as an addition to, and in front of the Modon International Club to the Golden Swirls at 12, to the Arabic motif there at 12 as the last fence on course. So 12A is the last on track. That's the course. 12 returning for the second round. 2 on 4. It is 4 on 2, 2 on 1, and the remaining 4 on 0.
Tractors are on the way out now. Time allowed at 54 seconds. We await the first of our 12. They come back in reverse order based on their score and time, and they do carry their scores with them into our second and final round. We're going to start off in the country of Belgium. Our first rider back, Nicolas Philippard, and his mount, Case Sarau, will be first to go of 12. They carry a score of 4.
Very good round to start, and it is clear this time around for Nicolas Philippard. Brings forward the 4 from round 1, but could well move up the order on that. It's a fast 43.05. Good slice from 2 to 1, and so sets the standards. We go in reverse order. 4 faults, 43.05.
Second of our two four-faulters involved in our timed round number 2 for the meter 50 here. Mark Blumen for Colombia. Belgian warm blood mare, the 11-year-old Felina du Septembre.
Quick round 2 from Mark Blumen on the 4-2, but is a little quicker at 42.33, so just has the edge to go in front for Mark Blumen and Felina de Septembre so far, but on 4.
And moving in now to our time penalty entries. Coming back, we had a total of 4 with 2 time faults apiece. Simon McCarthy for Ireland returns with Leonardo S. for Cedar Fox, Woodside, California, carrying 2 as a score in our time round. Showing the 10-year-old Dutch warm blood gelding, Leonardo.
Finishing with a fence down 2 for the first round. It is 6 in total, 48.52 third so far for Simon McCarthy and Leonardo S. So they go into third.
So Mark Blumen with the entry of Felina, the best score so far here early on after 3 of our 12. And the next of our entries back for the jump off, Nile Nassar for Egypt, ESI Ali for the Evergate Stables, and reappearing now with the Irish Sport Horse gelding, an 11-year-old. Carrying 2 as a score here in our final round for the Hermès Meter 50 Classic.
Just on the 4 there, it is 2 for time, so a total of 6. It's 47.07. 6 there for Nal Nasser and ESI Ali.
Irish rider Michael Duffy returns with Mr. Curly Z for G Sport Horses Limited Partnership. Coming back also with 2 from the first round of competition upon the Zangerzai gelding upon a 10-year-old.
Just on the 2 from the first round, 47.96. It's 2 to lead the way so far. Michael Duffy and Mr. Quirly said for Ireland, currently leading the pack.
Irish riders coming out strong here in our Hermès Meter 50 Classic second round. And Ireland's Cian O'Connor up on Cannabella Blue PS. Cannabella is a Hanoverian mare up on a 12-year-old here for the round against the clock.
New leading combination also on 2 for the first round. It's 47.212 there for Cian O'Connor and Cannabella Blue PS for Ireland.
So with a score of 2 at the top of the leaderboard right now, we move on to our 2 one-time followed entries that have again qualified for round 2 against the clock. Here's Carly Anthony for the USA, the Alain Fritter-owned entry Mulliton Shalom, Irish sport horse mare up on a 12-year-old.
Two down, it is one time fault from the first, so a total of 9 overall, 46.55, Carly Anthony and Mullentine Shalom. Cian O'Connor still leading on the two time faults at the moment. Michael Duffy, the same, is in second, and Mark Blumen in third on 4.
Irish rider Tom Watchman carries a single digit coming back for our second round. And Genghis Khan is mount for Coolmore show jumping, the 10-year-old Cell Francais gelding.
Finishing on just the one time fault that ball through from the first round. It's clear in this. 49.78 takes the lead so far on 1. Tom Watchman and Genghis Khan.
So we're down to our final 4. They all had a clean slate from the opening round penalty-free efforts, and the first of the 4 that remain. Here is Daniel Blumen for Israel with the entry of the Belgian warm blood mare Rebellion du Quackenbeek.
Final fence dropping, total 12. It's 44.62, 12 there for Daniel Blumen and Rebellion de Quackenbeek.
3 to go, and here's Canadian rider Aaron Ballard on the return for Elan Fritter up on De Fleur, showing next, also with a clean slate from their penalty-free first round.
Clear leader so far, 45.90. Clear there for Erin Ballard and De Fleur go to the top. And so from the floor to the top, it is Erin Ballard leading on 45.90.
Two that remain now from our clear round group of four here for the second round in our Meter 50 Classic. Both from Germany now, and our first of those two to return. Erin Ballard for Canada at the top of the leaderboard. Lead line, Parade of Champions ahead of us. Two-star Grand Prix action this afternoon. That'll wrap things up here on week number 5. The Fidelity Investments Week here, the Winter Equestrian Festival. Two that remain, both from Germany. Here is Rennie Dittmer aboard Cody 139, the 11-year-old Holsteiner gelding, owner ridden by the rider for Germany. Time to catch is 45.90.
Going clear there for Rennie Dittmer. It's 50.43. Goes into second with Cody 139. Erin Ballard remains in front at 45.90 as the quicker of the group so far, with into our final stage. One to come.
Two double clears. Tom Watchman in third with the one fault score from the opening round. And back to finish this up here in the time round for the Meter 50 Classic. Richie Vogel, number 6 ranked rider in the world, fresh on the heels of victory last night. His mount is Michael Jackson W, 9-year-old Dutch warm blood gelding. Time to beat 45.90. Canadian rider Erin Ballard at the top.
Finished on a total of 8, so it's 10th place in the end, 48.15 for Richard Vogel, last night's Grand Prix winner. This time with Michael Jackson will go into 10th. So it's a second win in the MS Series for Erin Ballard, this time with De Fleur the third, Santa Rosa. Rennie Dittmer of Germany finishes in second, Cody 139. Ireland's Tom Watchman in third, Genghis Khan. Ireland's Keen O'Connor in fourth place with Canberra Blue PS. Ireland's Michael Duffy in 5th, with Mr. Quelly said it is Mark Blumen in 6th place, Feline de Septon, 7th place to Belgium, Nicolas Philipparts, Kucera, and 8th to Nal Nassar, ESI, Ali.
Setting scene for our prize-giving ceremony that accompanies the Hermès Meter 50 Classic and will take place in front of our Hermès jump, the very first effort involved in our round against the clock. Since 1837, Hermès has remained faithful to its artisan model and its humanist values, the freedom to create, spirit of innovation, the constant search for beautiful materials, and the transmission of savoir-faire of excellence, aesthetic of functionality, all forged the singularity of Hermès, a house of objects created to last. We thank them for their support, honoring our Meter 50 Classic competitors throughout the tour. This morning we have Ray Vega, equestrian account executive, will join us for our prize-giving victory ceremony coming up with a backdrop of the Hermès Oxer. Honoring our competitors now, they make their way into our arena as we have our top 3 to return. Third place honors as they make their way up to our prize-giving area. We congratulate Tom Watchman, Genghis Khan finishing up in 3rd for Ireland, Coolmore show jumping from Fethard, Tipperary, Ireland for 3rd. Second place to Germany's Rennie Dittmer and Cody, owner and the rider based here in Wellington, representing Germany. Second win of our Meter 50 Classic Series this year. We congratulate Aaron Ballard for Canada with the Elan Fritter-owned DeFleur 111 Z Santa Rosa coming up for the top prize. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to kindly rise. We honor our winning rider here today with the Anthem of Canada. Congratulations to Aaron Ballard as we salute our top competitors here today. The round of honor coming up as we enjoy Aaron Ballard in the winner's circle with DeFleur.
And we have another special award to make, and that's to the leading foreign rider here through WEF 5 week, the Philadelphia Grand Prix week. And winner of that Grand Prix last night comes forward to receive the unique trophy created by artist Oliver Janatu, and celebrates the bringing together two iconic destinations. This partnership unites Wellington International and the Normandy Summer Tour as well, the leading summer European circuit. And together they foster stronger ties between America and European show jumping, promoting shared values of performance, innovation and excellence. This year's winner is the winner of last night's Fidelity Grand Prix, Richie Vogel of Germany. And to present the award, delighted to welcome out Christian Payot alongside Vincent Gush from the Normandy Summer Tour, and alongside, of course, Michael Stone, president of Wellington International, to make the presentation of this very special trophy and uniting across the world. It is very well done to our leading foreign rider here this week as part of the Fidelity 5-Star Week. And it is congratulations to last night's top finisher in the Grand Prix, Richie Vogel of Germany.